Hey y'all, my name is Janetta Shorter and I am the teller of tales that heal. Welcome in as I do a bit of a deep dive into my current work in progress that day in August that will be published or will debut in summer of 2026. Come on in. Hey y'all, hey. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to talk about in this episode what my current work in progress or WIP work in progress that I'm actually currently in the process of writing. My new novel, That Day in August, will be coming out in June, not June, summer. All of my novels have come out in June, but I don't know because I feel like I'm behind. But this is the time that I'm really behind. Normally, when I'm working on a novel, I would have gotten my first draft out to beta readers, and I haven't. I'm still writing, and I'm actually in the middle. And as we talk more about writing, and as you get into if you're writing currently, or when you start to write, the middle part of a novel is actually the hardest part of the novel because you're bridging the beginning. You know you're beginning, but that middle part of the novel, to bridge it from beginning to end, is hard. So I'm currently in the middle part and I'm spending so much time on that. But I wanted to introduce you to my current work in progress, which is That Day in August, which is the debut in summer of 2026. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what the novel is contained of, or what it's about, rather. So, That Day in August is set definitely in the summer, and it is in Chicago, where I currently live. And it is a story where the balmy, amazing summers in Chicago meets two people. The main characters, female Callahan and Vincent Laurent, or Laurent if his matriarchal grandmother was to pronounce his name, but Vincent Laurent, if we just keeping it 100. They meet. They are working on this big, summer festival in Chicago, which is something that Chicagoans do, especially on the South Side. Like, we really take advantage of the summer and we do these amazing festivals, and we do multiples as much as we can until the fall hits and we can no longer because it's too cold. But anyway, they meet, and there's this burgeoning love interest that happens between the two. And so the thing about this novel is that, or the thing about their interaction is that Callahan is, 44, Vincent Laurent is 35. And so there's that aspect of an older woman, falling in love with a younger man. But the other part of that this novel explores is the interaction of their matriarchal ancestors. So Callahan's auntie and Vincent Lindon's grandmother working sort of in either in tandem or against them being together, and really, really looking at how their influence and their presence influences them actually getting together to have an amazing, or maybe not, relationship. So like, my genre is magical realism, and I am always very, very intrigued and sometimes disappointed. And I'm sorry, you all, I was using a mandolin and I cut my thumb and my pinky finger. Never mind, we're fine. I have to feel free to use this hand. Yes. Hey. Anyway, but I'm always interested in how the divine interacts in our lives, be it and I call divinities ancestors, I call divinities God, spirit, or even other spiritual entities, like their interest in our lives. Because I really, really don't believe that we're in this life alone. I just don't. So anyway, there's that play. And for me, like, I always think about how I just don't feel like when you get with someone or you meet someone and it's just like, it's like simpatico. And I just, the question behind this novel for me was like, what if there's something other to our being attracted to? Like, you ever met someone and there's just this wild sort of feral, unbridled attraction to this person that you're like, what in the world is this? And it's hard to get away from them. You keep being drawn to them. It's like, ooh. And there's something about that I just really wanted to explore in That Day in August. Like, all of my novels really start from a question. Like, what is this? You know? And so that was my question here. Like, when you feel this particular attraction to a person where it just seems like you can't just move past or move on, or you can't skip past this one. And like, what is that? What is that? It has to be more than attraction. It has to be something other. So, I am currently on chapter 38 on page 186. And I have written 58,443 words. This is on par for me. Normally, my books range between 56 and 60 or so chapters. And so I'm like at the midpoint. This is definitely on point for me. So, you know, one thing that I have to talk about is that this novel, I first started out pantsing. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I am a plotter all day. I plot outlines that are like pages deep. But I wanted to play with this because at the time I was reading one of Kennedy Ryan's books. I don't remember that, but I was so intrigued and so encouraged by her. There was such a there was such a freeness about how she wrote. And I wanted to explore that. Because I believe the book that I was reading, she was writing in first person. I have never written in first person. I've always written in third. And so I was like, let me just see what it would look like and feel like for me to write in first person. And so writing and experiencing writing in first person was amazing. And I loved it. And it was something about finding my voice and finding my space and my zhuzh, in writing in first person. So I started out, like I said, pantsing this. And then, from like chapters 1 through 12, I'm pantsing. I'm like, ooh. And then I hit chapter 12, 13, and I'm like, ooh, girl, you're not going to be able to keep pantsing this. And it's because it started to feel like, one of my practices that I do is like, and people would say, just write the novel. But I work full time. Full time. I have a 9 to 5. So I can't, I need to make the most of every moment. So I am, I'm like, okay, let me read the chapter. So my practice, I'll read the chapter. I'll read what I wrote the day before. And then, I'll make any small corrections, anything to make it easier for me when I am having to go through and edit before I give it to my editors, because I want to make it easy, my editor, before I give it to them, because I want to make it easier for them. And, and so I'll do that, and then I'll go into writing, right? And so after a while, like I said, I had to go back to plotting. And I'm going to say this, and some writers may disagree, but I want to say that you will plot and pants in your novels. Like there's not one set thing, because sometimes the characters dictate something else, or sometimes the narrative, just the way the story is flowing, dictates something else. Or sometimes you'll think that, oh, the chapter's supposed to go this way, and it will just go another way. And you have to be okay with that. Like you just do. And so sometimes you just have to, I would say the most important thing is to just make sure that you are going with the flow of the story. You really, really do have to be in touch and be connected to your story. And the pulse, like there's definitely an intuitive space to this. There's definitely an intuitiveness that happens when you're writing. And I think one of the things that I'm finding is that in my writing, I have to be connected to that intuition that comes in and steps in to say, hey, I'm making a pivot, or we're doing something different. So as I'm like at the midpoint of the novel, some of the challenges, have been, just because I work a 9 to 5, like that's the hard part, and so managing, writing the novel, doing the cover art, marketing. Like I just started sort of giving a little sneak tease of the novel on my social media platforms. It's such a challenge. Like that's the biggest challenge. And then it's not all that I do. I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to drink my water. I'm trying to take my vitamins. I'm trying to get enough sleep. I'm managing perimenopause. Like I'm doing so many things, and so, those are the, there's such a discipline that you have to meet to just be able to, that I'm having to meet to just be able to write this novel and finish it within deadline. And like, wanting to, I'm such a person that tries to tell the story right as much as I can the first time. And so that's also the struggle as well. Okay, yeah, the blue glove is off, but we have these ugly Band-Aids. But anyway, so as far as, next steps, it's just really getting finished. And then after that, I got to go through the editing process, which I abhor. I abhor the editing process. I just really don't like it. I'm not a fan of reading my novels or reading my writing after I'm done. And like after I have published, I really don't want to read it. Like I'm just like, I just need to be far away because I'm always sort of nitpicking at what I've written, So, after this, it's, I'm going through line by line. I am, getting grammatical errors taken care of and then giving it to my editor. We were trying this thing where we were I was giving him chapters, along the way, like just along the way so that he wouldn't have so much to look at. It's not happening. I have to finish the whole novel. So finish it, get it to him, get it back to me. I make the changes. I send it to the beta readers. They read it. They send back their feedback. Give it to ARC readers. ARC readers give me their reviews. And then we hit publish. So all of that by the summer. And the summer is between June and August. So that is it. Pray for me. And I will keep you abreast of how we proceed with that day in August.